There we go. All right, today, Kentucky Speedway action on NASCAR Heat 5 here tonight. Running with Chase Elliott. I'm early once again, but I have a background story to have to go with this one, so we'll see how this is going to work out these next couple of days. But we are here for the Buckle Up in Your Truck 225 at Kentucky Speedway. We're going to have session qualifying here very shortly as we get Chase Elliott ready to try and get yet another win. Coming off of a win in the race last night, of course, that you guys saw at Homestead. A pretty thrilling race, to say the least there, especially in the final probably third of the race. It was definitely intense, to say the least, but nonetheless, we were able to hold on, preserve our tires, and get the victory. Another mile and a half tonight, though, at Kentucky. Hopefully, we qualify a lot better and have a better overall truck. We'll just have to wait and see. Welcome, everybody, for joining the stream. Called 88, Logan Miller, Buffy Marks, William Nix, Andrew Hollenbach. Welcome. So here we go. Just going to jump right on into qualifying.
Let's go.
Got the steering wheel in hand once again here tonight. Chase Elliott coming into this race here with just about a 60-point lead in the regular season title standings. Just 2 races to go after the race tonight. Out of the gas pretty long there through turns. Oh, geez, 3 and 4, and Elliott already into the wall. Got back into the gas way too soon. Remember, no practice coming into this race, and that is already looking like it's hurting Elliott for this first lap of round 1. It looks like he's going to run 2 laps instead. That, and I was looking down at the chat too, so that didn't help. Alexis Ruiz, welcome to the stream. My goodness. Elliott off the wall, off of turn 4 again. That's going to cut his lap time down here for the second lap also as he goes to the apron at the line. 33.561 for lap 1. That is not good at all. Elliott definitely has to up the ante on lap 2. And in the wall again through turns 1 and 2. This race truck is tight for the second race in a row. This is not looking like it's going to be a good qualifying effort for Chase Elliott. Look at that, in the wall again. It looked like we were fine all the way out. It was faster, but only by about 0.2 of a second. 33.356. That is dead last in qualifying. Those were 2 terrible laps by Chase Elliott in round 1. He misses round 2 for the second race in a row. Johnny Sauter will win the opening round. Man, oh man, I can't believe how loose this truck is. I think it's going to be a lot of the same as what we saw last night. Seems like it's going to be really, really tight at the beginning of the race. I don't want to loosen it up even more than that, though, because I feel like the long runs is going to be terrible again, just like last night, as far as handling. So we'll probably have to... I don't know. We keep it the same. We could always adjust it under the first pit stop of the race, depending on how it works. I really don't want to loosen that up anymore. That seems like we're going way too loose if we did. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream. Joseph Then, welcome to the stream. Don't see the car or truck on your screen. How can I get the setup back to my screen? I'm not sure. I'm not sure there, Joseph. Yeah, Alexis, I saw that. Well, I should say I didn't see it. Somebody else told me at work today I didn't get to read up on it. I guess they saw it at lunch. Patrick Chatterley, welcome to the stream. What a great night for racing indeed. So it looks like Chase Elliott's starting 30th. Again, starting the stream a little early. I'm going to roll into a little side story before we start the race here tonight. Maybe get more people to join in. So I was at work today. All right. And as I was at work, you know, doing my normal thing. We have these pallet jack riders that I basically ride on. And it came unplugged on me. The battery came unplugged from the actual, like, charge. Well, I should say the battery was still intact, but then the plug that goes into the battery, because it's an electric motor, it just randomly came unplugged. Didn't hit a bump or anything. I was turning a corner. And they don't go real fast, but I was probably going like 8 miles an hour. You know, it's like riding your bike leisurely, and then it just launching you forward, because it just stopped immediately from 8 to 0, and I was just hanging on, you know, riding it because you stand up and you're not like strapped in or anything. I just went flying right off the end of it and landed right on my backside. Well, when I did that, I broke my phone. So I'm actually not using my own personal phone here tonight to look at the chat. So I've got to get that fixed, and with working tomorrow, it's going to be a couple days. So I'm going to be without a phone here. So for anybody that comments in the chat after the race or on prior videos, I cannot even read or look at those comments because I won't have my phone on me until I get it fixed these next couple of days. Once I'm off a little later, I plan on getting a laptop anyway tomorrow after work, so maybe I can look at them when I get home, perhaps. So yeah, that's it was. I'm okay personally. I got right back up and got on it again, and then the same thing happened, but only I didn't fall off of it. So unfortunately, yeah, again, the phone's broken. I'm okay. I guess that's the best thing to come out of this. But now let's get into some racing tonight. Well, that's what you guys came for. But that's why I'm a little early, I guess, too, is because I didn't know how this was going to work without my phone tonight to look at the chat. But luckily, I've got the chat up, at least for now. So here we go. Johnny Sauter on the pole here for tonight's race. Josh Reum and Jesse Little will be the two drivers to start at the rear. So Chase Elliott will be starting in that 30th slot here tonight. So here we go. Green flag is in the air, and we are underway at Kentucky. 150 laps, 225 miles of racing action here tonight. Johnny Sauter leads the field into turn one. Oh man, a little bump off the wall there off of turn two, already looking tight. We're not even up to speed into turn three. Trying to hook the bottom of the racetrack. Got out of the gas quite a bit more. Other than the 2 laps of qualifying, Chase Elliott has no practice time, but he is 3 wide now on the opening lap of the race. Through the tri-oval. This truck will loosen up as the run goes on, but it is going to be very tight early. Usually don't hit the brakes, but we did there to keep from running into the side of Angela Ruck. We got really close. Big side draft, and that allows Jason White to get to the inside. Chase Elliott now 3 wide middle into turn 3. This is a very, very hairy situation early on. Ooh, Cobb got really tight. She loses a couple spots behind us now. Oh, Greenfield's there. Still tight, 3 wide. Back of the pack early on here. Elliott's got to be careful. On the brakes, barely stayed off of Mike Harmon. Jesse Little gets back by on the bottom of the track. Clear behind Elliott now, but they are still going side by side in front. Oh, Elliott drives it in deep, and he gets into the side of Harmon. Trying to get on the brakes in time there, couldn't do it, and here comes Angela Ruck from behind to take the spot away from Harmon. She is all over the back bumper of Elliott through the tri-oval. Elliott just needs some space to work with here, log in these lap times, really get a feel for the race truck. I did not hear about Levine Family Racing. No, again, my phone was broken since about 11 o'clock this morning, so I'm without a phone the next couple days. I can read the chat at least tonight, so I'm not using my own phone, but I don't know how it's going to work the next couple days, unfortunately. Braden Thompson, welcome to the stream. Oh my goodness, that was so close. Trying to get right up on Joe Nemechek here. Driving it in deep through turns 3 and 4, down to the apron. Got it to stick that time. He is all over the inside of Nemechek, trying to go up and side draft him. Pretty good job. Elliott down to the apron now, through the tri-oval. Getting a big run on Rafael Lassard. Got to clear him into turn 1 now. For 24th, Clay Greenfield, Jason White now just in front of Elliott. Elliott pushes, center of the corner, catches the truck, never had to get out of the gas. Oh, but he ends up in the wall off of turn 2. Probably should have gotten out of the gas. Like he had it for a second there and then lost it. Truck's going back and forth here, further back in the pack. Look at Mike Harmon getting back into things here. 3 wide middle again for Elliott through the tri-oval. Oh, and he's into the back of Greenfield, and Clay Greenfield goes sideways. Elliott's in the wall again. They both save it, and we stay green. My goodness. Yeah, I'd definitely be sweating if I was Jones, too. Yeah, if I had to pick between Christopher Bell and Eric Jones, for sure, Bell would be my top candidate. Bell's showing so much promise. Now, the terrible thing is, too, is I think Eric Jones is a good race car driver. It's a similar situation to what you saw with Suarez. The only difference is between Suarez and Jones is Jones looks like he has a little bit more potential than Suarez did. So hopefully Jones can land a decent ride. Maybe they do get that funding, that sponsorship, you know, saved for the 48 car, and they can run a 4th Hendrick car next year. Maybe Jones goes that route. He would leave Toyota, but there's no other Toyota team in the Cup Series with Levine Racing shutting down other than Gaunt Brothers. But Jones is way too talented to race for Gaunt Brothers, in my opinion. I mean, yes, one was at Daytona, but that was no fluke winning in the Southern 500 last year. That was a big win for him. Adele, Poigson, welcome to the stream. Chase Elliott up to 22nd, getting around the 22 truck of Austin Wayne Self off of turn 4 that time. Elliott's struggling early on. Yeah, I mean, he could definitely get the 48. Again, yeah, with Keselowski re-signing with Penske yesterday, that definitely, you know, makes it more of a shot that could happen. We still don't know the whole Clint Boyer, Stuart Haas situation either. You know, that just makes another driver available for that. Truck is getting faster and faster. It goes from 22nd to 18th in 1 lap. Chase Elliott is moving right now. We're only on lap 11, and he is about 10 seconds off the lead, so he definitely has some time to try to pick up here, but it's not terrible this early in the race. No, I am doing the Xfinity Series. Again, the game keeps crashing on the custom schedule champion. Oh, geez, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, sorry for the lag in the stream, everybody. working without my phone, so I also don't have a hotspot if I had to go to it, unfortunately. It might have been back into the gas a little too soon through 3 of 4. No, not quite. About halfway through the run. Again, the truck is coming back around in the right direction right now for Elliott. Not as tight as what it was at the very start of the run, but it's still a little on the tight side, though. Marcus Hook, 9th and 10th. Elliott's going to clear him both off of turn 4 with a great power move. Finding out later in the run he can get back to the gas just a little bit sooner. Fastest lap of the race that time for Elliott. Might need better Wi-Fi. No, I don't blame you on that one whatsoever. Fortunately, where I live, I'm not necessarily in full control of what goes around along and good around here, so I wish I could upgrade that a little sooner, but fortunately I can't. Gustine to the inside as Elliott tries to make a move to the outside into turn 1. We haven't had an issue with it completely disconnecting and booting us off in a very long time, so hopefully we keep that going for us. But yeah, I am noticing it is a little laggy, but yeah, if it's entertaining though, still at least it'll keep you guys around, hopefully. And Elliott is still getting faster, 32.809 that time. Remember, his qualifying laps are in the 33s, so Elliott is picking up the pace as this race carries on. Maybe getting a little too low through 1 and 2, trying to get to the inside of Enfinger. He's going to clear him. Before we get into turn 3, Elliott up to 7th place now. Yeah, definitely got to get the laptop first for sure. That'll definitely help with editing videos too. I'm doing it on this app on my phone called X Recorder. As you guys have probably seen already in the past, simply because that's what comes up on the bottom right hand corner when I do the predictions and post-race analysis videos, because it's the only app on my phone where I can merge videos together, because I can't plug a USB into my phone. So yeah, I definitely got to get that laptop, but I'm planning on getting it tomorrow, so I have plenty of money to get it. It's just a matter of making sure I can get to Best Buy after work before it closes, because I don't get off of work till 6:30. So we will start on time tomorrow, closer to 8:15, 8:30, hopefully. If not, maybe a hair later. But again, we were a little earlier because of the difficulties I had not having my own phone. Around Moffat there. More lab trucks to deal with. Christian, welcome to the stream. Can you put 1080p streams? I try, but my Wi-Fi is literally not capable for that. Otherwise, I would. I've tried it before, and you think the lag could be bad. Now it gets even worse with the 1080p on the stream. My Wi-Fi is just not strong enough to hold it. Shane Smith in 5th right now. Chase Elliott running him down. Ran a little higher line through 3 and 4. Maybe not the best way to go through turns 3 and 4. A lot flatter than turns 1 and 2 are. See, that right front was wearing out quite a bit at the beginning of the run. Not so much now. This truck has loosened up. Austin Hill in 4th. And Elliott gained a lot that last lap. There's heavy lap traffic right around the leaders right now. Ross Chastain, who was one of the front runners yesterday, finished 2nd. He's in 3rd, about to get passed by Elliott, and he is. And Austin Hill as well going to get to the inside of the 40 truck. Elliott pulls off the block on him and chases up to 3rd, and he is closing in on the leaders. 2.5 off the lead. He's going for 2nd place, 3 wide to the top, splitting the lap traffic. Johnny Sauter, the pole sitter, now back to 3rd. Race leader Kyle Busch trying to win his 2nd race of the season here tonight at Kentucky. Again, off to a good start so far, but Chase Elliott running him down. took a little bit of time, but he's getting through the field nonetheless. And he has a chance to challenge for the lead likely on the next lap. Elliott going to run a little higher through 1 and 2. There's a little more bank in there. He can make it work if he gets it to stick, and he does. His truck is coming alive later in the run. Gets the run off of turn 2. Elliott to the inside into 3. He's going to clear Kyle Busch, but Tyler Ankrum about got in the way. Elliott had to go high to avoid him there. Kyle Busch is going to get back to the inside, but Ankrum's in the way. Elliott uses Ankrum as a pick, kind of squeezed him off the exit of 4 to do it. And for the first time tonight, Chase Elliott will lead a lap. Lap 28 at the line that time for Chase. It's the only time that the Truck Series goes to Kentucky this season. Really the only, or I should say the only tracks in general that we race at more than once in the Truck Series. Daytona, Talladega, we raced twice, and Las Vegas twice as well, because that is the site of the championship race on this Xfinity Series season. So, oh sorry, Canadian Tire also. We go to Canadian Tire 2 times. But the second time we go to each of those tracks is in the playoffs, so. This truck is definitely a lot looser later in the run here for Chase Elliott. Not using as much wheel. Get back into the gas much, much sooner than what he was able to before. And it's definitely helping his overall speed lap by lap. Not a lot of lap traffic to deal with now. Looks like Jesse Little might be the next truck ahead of us. And after that, there's quite a bit of a gap. Currently working with the gap as it is to catch up to Jesse. Jesse goes all the way to the top through 3 and 4. And actually, that's Matt Crafton. Sorry, it's not Jesse Little. From behind, it looked like Little. And we're going to easily clear Crafton. Crafton gave us a ton of room. Oh, no! Wow. That race truck just skipped way to the side. Chase Elliott. His truck darted straight to the right. Through the tri-oval, and he did hit the wall pretty good, but he is very fortunate. Hit a huge bump on the apron going through the tri-oval and just shot the race truck straight up the track, going into turn 1 into the wall. But for a second there, that truck was pointed straight at the fence. He got it straightened out as much as he could to hit the wall square and not head on. That right front's pretty worn out now as well on the right front of Chase Elliott's truck, but again, that could have been much, much worse. Fastest lap of the race, 32.93, or sorry, 391. LC Brawls, welcome to the stream. Under the apron through 3 and 4. Seems like Elliott's been able to grip the apron through turns 3 and 4 quite a bit today, despite the truck handling all over the place. But again, this truck feels a lot like it did at Homestead last night. Extremely tight to extremely loose over the course of a run. And the only in-between is for about 5 or so laps right in the middle of the run where it's not really tight or loose at all. It's almost perfect, but it doesn't last long. Green flag pit stops coming up pretty soon here. Again, we haven't had a caution yet today 14 drivers on the lead lap as Joe Nemechek will go lap down off of turn 4 that time. He's the first driver 1 lap down in 15th as Elliott leads the field. Lap 36 now. 9.5 second lead. Looks like Jason White's just coming out of the pits. Maybe trying to short pit. He was a lap down already. Actually, a couple laps down. Kyle Busch still camping out in second. He's about a second ahead of Johnny Sauter. Another second back to Chastain. And then about 4 seconds between Chastain and the 5th place truck of Austin Hill. Another truck up in smoke on pit road. It looks like Tyler Hill in the 56, but no caution. We stay green once again. Oh, there was a spin behind me. That might have been Tyler Hill. Because Tyler Hill was on pit road and still is on pit road up in smoke. So he might have very well have been the truck that spun out there. Definitely didn't see that. So Chase should be able to stay out of the pits this lap. But he will likely have to pit next time by. Elliott off of 4. Ben Rhodes will go a lap down. So much like last night, about 10 laps before the end of the fuel run, Chase Elliott will have to hit pit road. No caution so far in this race. 45 miles an hour is likely the pit road speed limit. No practice to get on pit road so far, but Elliott nails it perfectly. Was a little extra cautious there just to make sure. 2 seconds of damage after kind of hitting the wall fairly hard going into turn 1. About 10 laps to go, but nevertheless, Chase Elliott's on pit road. A 4-tire stop, full tank of fuel coming up for the 24 team. .8-second stop here. .8-second stop that time for Chase Elliott as well on pit road. Chase Elliott trying to get up to speed. But a couple of quicker trucks coming to the outside. 3 wide up the middle. Look at Kyle Busch go. He's trying to put us a lap down right now. Elliott trying to stay in front of him, 3 wide up to turn 3 as he gets up to speed and clears Kyle Busch. A big moment here. Elliott might have gotten back into the gas too soon, and he does bounce it off the wall off of turn 4. Kyle Busch getting the run now through the tri-oval, trying to cut back into it. Remember, this truck is very tight early in the run despite fresher tires, so we'll see if Elliott can hang on. There were no adjustments that was made. And Elliott about bounced it off the wall again, had to get out of the gas. Almost a third of the way home. Kyle Busch trying to run down Elliott. 18 trucks now in the lead lap. Not for long. It looks like he's going to lap his teammate Christian Eckes pretty soon. Again, the rest of the field will not hit the pits at this point for about another 7 or 8 laps, it looks like. If they do try to stay out to the very end of their run. Maybe they can make it closer to lap 50 and make this a 2-stop race perhaps for those guys. Where already for Elliott it's looking like at least a 3-stop race. Gaming Hot Plays, welcome to the stream. Wow, Elliott just cannot stick any other lane outside of that inside this early in the run. You saw how much again he had to get out of the gas. This truck is very tight for about the first 10 laps. No problem for being late there gaming. Usually start these streams later, so again, sorry for starting them just a hair earlier last night and tonight, but at least, again, I can get at least a little more sleep again tonight. That was definitely beautiful. Night of sleep last night, but again, got to get back to work in the morning, but it'll likely start on time even if I get off work earlier tomorrow, because I have to go get a laptop from Best Buy after work, so. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Elliott, the first car to hit pit road as far as the scheduled pit stops go, so that's why we're in 14th right now. We were in the lead by about 12 seconds when we came down onto pit road. Kyle Busch is now leading the race. The rest of the field is not yet pitted. We pit about 10 laps before the end of the run because our right front tire is burning out. Again, this truck is very, very tight. The very beginning of the race. I should say the beginning of the run. Again, the first 10 laps is extremely tight. Next 10 is pretty alright, almost close to perfect. And then the final 10 laps of the run, I should say final 15 laps of the run, are just extremely loose at that point. So this truck is definitely all over the place tonight, much like Homestead. I think it's going to be a very similar race. On another mile and a half. Elliott down to the apron here. Oh, Raphael Lessard went to the apron, and now he gets hit by Elliott. Elliott hit that hop again going into turn one. That is the second time tonight, but that time he just shot him right into Lessard. Lessard was already pulling a block on Elliott as he went down to the apron through the tri-oval also. Unbelievable. Both drivers save it, and again, we stay green. No cautions yet tonight, but boy, we have been close a few times. I don't know how both trucks didn't end up spinning there. That's the last time I'm going to the apron today, because those last two times we have gone to the apron, there's a big, big jump down there. Right towards the end of the tri-oval, more towards turn one, and it just shoots the car straight to the right each time. Rest of the field coming onto pit road right now, at least some of the leaders. I don't believe all of them are on pit road this time. No, not all of them. Still looks like the top 6 still have to pit. So we'll see if we actually cycle all the way through before a possible caution could come out. Going to be a track position kind of a race, it seems like, here tonight at Kentucky for Chase Elliott. He'll stay out on older tires. He'll have a faster car. Much like Homestead again. Our older tires are probably better than if we were to put fresh tires back on the car. Junior Car 17, welcome to the stream. So it'll be a lead change at the line this time for Chase Elliott. See how far ahead of the leaders he is going to be. It doesn't seem like he's got as fast of a car as what he did last night, though, even on the longer runs. It's definitely faster on the longer run, but it's not as fast as what we saw last night. We're about a 17-second lead. Remember, it was closer to a 25 or so second lead after everybody cycled through the pits last night, and now that Sauter is actually up to second. Johnny might have short pitted by 1 lap on Kyle Busch. That could have been the difference, because Johnny Sauter is up to second place now ahead of Kyle. Either that or he had that much faster of a green flag pit stop. That's also possible. GJ Coasters Inc., welcome to the stream. $100 laps to go here tonight at Kentucky for Chase Elliott. Elliott has to make 2, so that is a big decision to have to be made. Now, last night we might have gotten bailed out because we got a caution. We definitely had to fight still, but it made our decision easier on whether or not we had to pit or stay out. We were committed to staying out once that caution came out. Will we get a caution later in this race again tonight? I'll have to see if we make it. Sauter has gained a little over a second, probably close to a second and a half since coming out of the pit. So even though Elliott's truck is about at its peak performance right now over the course of the run, Sauter's just gaining time with about 10 lap fresher tires. That will prevail over anybody on almost every track, despite clean air or not. But we don't really have clean air because we're dealing with flat traffic constantly, so clean air isn't even really a factor at this point either. Nobody really has it. Josh Reaume hugging the inside here, corner after corner. Elliott can't get around him on the top. With Reaume on those fresher tires, Elliott going to get to the outside, and that's even the 30th place truck. That goes to show how much tires are making a difference here. And he still can't clear the outside. He'll try to get the run off of turn 2, and he will. So finally clears Reaume that time. It took a few laps to get around him, and that costed us a freeze, or sorry, by Reaume. Not Friesen. Friesen crashed earlier. I don't think he's made it back out. But just 95 laps remain. Starting to think if we do get a caution before the next pit stop, I'm pretty sure we're going to take right sides only. Much like we did at the end of that Homestead race last night. You wonder how much Sauter's going to close before Elliott ends up pitting. He's still halfway, or not even halfway through this tire run, so definitely have to keep an eye on it. But the lead is down to 14 seconds. Remember, he came out with about a 17 and a half, a little over 17 and a half second deficit, so he's closed almost 4 seconds since coming out of the pits at about lap 50 to 51. That is 6 laps. 6 laps, he has gained 4 seconds on Elliott. That is a huge, huge difference. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in this race here tonight. Just over 90 laps to go. And the buckle up, click it or ticket 225 at Kentucky. The last 2 races of this regular season in the Truck Series, we go to Michigan and then Bristol for the final 2 races before the playoffs. Elliott can clinch tonight, but he's going to need help to clinch on Marcus Hook, who is second in the point standings coming into this race. And I just don't think he's going to be able to do it tonight. He needs to outscore Marcus Hook by 19 points. Last we saw, Marcus Hook was in 9th. I just don't think that's going to happen tonight. Marcus Hook would therefore have to finish at least 16th or worse, and then Elliott would have to go on to win the race. He's definitely capable of winning tonight, but I just don't see Hook finishing that far back, especially the longer this green flag runs. I don't think he's going to fade back that far unless he got in an accident. But again, it's not impossible. Or sorry, no, we go to Atlanta and then Bristol, my bad. Atlanta is the next race, then Bristol. Michigan is in the playoffs, I believe, in the opening round. So my bad on that. A little bit of a mistake there, the schedule. But yep, Atlanta is the next race, 200-miler there, and then we go to Bristol for the regular season finale. All the way in the top there, 3 wide, clearing both Harmon and that other lap truck. On the outside off of turn 2. Talladega, question mark. Yeah, we go to Talladega a second time in the playoffs. We already went there once. I believe it was race 6. Talladega shows up again in the playoffs, but yeah, Atlanta and Bristol are the last 2 regular season races after this one. Elliott drives it in really deep to the inside of Gilliland there. Elliott's starting to widen out that lead again too. If you guys haven't noticed, on the upper left-hand corner of the screen, you can see the top 5 running order currently, and now the lead is out to about 16 seconds. So Elliott has pulled ahead about 2 seconds in the last 6 or 7 laps on Sauter, so trending right back in the right direction. Again, truck gets faster as the run carries on, but Elliott will have to pit before everybody else if we stay green long enough. And I'd have to imagine he made it to about lap 40, I believe it was, when he had pit the first time, or lap 39, somewhere around there. Lap 39, lap 40, so he should be able to go to that lap 78 to lap 80 range, which we're still a little over 10 laps away, which will be just past halfway. My controller just, my TV remote just fell like right between my legs. That would have been terrible if it landed right on the brakes. It missed the pedals though. Brett Moffitt in 7th. Oh boy! Oh, a little contact. Elliott tried to overcorrect it from hitting the wall, and he did clip Brett Moffitt there, and boy, he drove it in deep into turn 3, but that was unintentional. This truck is starting to get very loose now all of a sudden. Elliott's having to try and correct it back the other way. Mid-corner, very, very difficult to do. Truck almost turning by itself now. Elliott back to the outside again of Moffitt. He's going to clear him a lot easier that time, so just 6 drivers now on the lead lap currently as we run. 17-second lead on Sauter. Sauter again has about a 1.5 or so advantage on Kyle Busch back to 3rd. 2 seconds back from Kyle Busch is Chastain, and about 6 seconds back at Chastain is Austin Hill in 5th. Zane Smith is currently in 6th right now, last driver on the lead lap. But again, first driver 1 lap down, who we just put a lap down, to Brett Moffitt, who has not had a great season so far, and he'll likely need to win a race to get into the playoffs. He's running top 10 tonight, better than what he has been as of recent races, but Brett Moffitt, former champion in the Truck Series, in danger of missing the playoffs this season. It's 5 spots open on points, not a lot, with the rest of this race to go and then 2 more after this, so we could have some drama here in the next couple of races. There we go. Oh gosh. Making it off the wall before he even got into turn 3 that time for Elliott. Set tape to 25%. Make the truck better. Yeah, I'm not sure what the... I don't know how the tape affects the handling, because I don't think the tape really affects the handling at all. I think it just kind of messes with the speed, because more tape you put on it, the more straightaway speed you're likely going to get, but the more on throttle time you risk blowing it up depending on how much tape you have on it. With less tape, so closer to 25%, if I throw less tape on the car, it won't overheat as much. Won't even have to, there's no risk of overheating, but I think by cooling the engine off, the top end speed's going to be down. And that's one plus that we have had, a straightaway speed in this one. It just seems like at the very beginning of the run, we're lacking on cornering speed. It would help that for sure. It's one of those things, if we did that, it would definitely help us in the corners, but it would hurt us on the straightaways. We wouldn't be as fast down the straightaways on the short runs. He kind of overdrove turn 3 again there. He's able to get it to stick on the aprons, though, quite a bit in 3 and 4 still. Oh, geez. Yeah, this truck's getting pretty hard to handle here. Tape makes it looser and tighter. I don't know if it... I mean, oh no! Elliot's in the wall! Oh, that is a hard hit to the outside wall off of turn 2. We stay green. Wow, he is very fortunate there that that wasn't a DNF. He got into the side of a lap truck off of turn 2, and we stay green. That is the worst thing to happen, too. I mean, it's great that Elliott did not DNF there, but the problem is Chase Elliott has heavy damage to the race truck. But with the 5-second damage policy, Elliott will likely not be able to repair it. Wow. Extreme damage now to this 24 truck. We'll have to hit pit road very shortly. Definitely tighten the truck up quite a bit too. Goes Nemechek on by. Here comes Brett Moffitt to get his lap back. Just a 14-second lead for Chase Elliott. Well, Elliott almost needs this to play green now to the end, because he is going to be lacking speed if this field gets bunched up because of a caution. Yeah, this truck has gotten extremely tight, and that's sad to say because it is very late in the run. Cross flags in the air. We're halfway home. Elliott leads. 75 to go, but how long can he keep this up for with the damage to the front of the race truck? After an accident off of turn 2. We stay green, and not only that, Elliott is still in it. He has not DNF'd. Oh, and into the back of Nemechek. Nemechek gets loose now, and he is going to save it. What a save by Joe Nemechek. That is even more damage to the front of this 24 truck. 74 to go. And the side draft Moffitt and slow him down through the trioval, but the more damage Elliott gets, the worse and worse the truck is going to be. And Sauter's closing in. He's only 11.5 seconds back now. And again, Elliott has to pit before everybody else. Give him a couple laps, he will hit pit road.
You're all clear up top. Got one outside now. See if we can manage our tire wear a little, alright?
Sorry if you guys can't hear me that well because of the mic right now. I'll fix that as soon as I come to pit road. The mic fell out of my ear and I'm having trouble trying to find it with one hand right now. Oh man, almost in the Moffitt off of turn 2 there. Moffitt just sends it into turns 3 and 4. Oh my gosh. No. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I got it. We're back. I don't know how I did that. I was driving with one hand for like 2 laps there. I don't know if you guys noticed. I had the left hand, then I had to transition to the right hand, which was a little harder. So I had to go across my body, but we're good. Hopefully we're good. So Chase Elliott will be pitting here very soon. $70 to go. He's trying to stay out as long as he can. But he's giving up a lot of time with this damage. 9.5 seconds is the difference between first and second. Elliott will, again, have to pit here, and that's going to hurt him. Elliott will hit pit road this time. Seems like he did take care of that right front a little bit better this run. But give it about another 18 laps before the rest of the field will pit. 45 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit for Elliott. And he timed it perfectly getting to pit road. 13 seconds of damage. That is not repairable under the 5-second damage clock for Chase Elliott. 4 fresh tire. Pit stop and a full tank of fuel is coming for the 24 team this time. And there will be a wedge adjustment this time because of the damage to the race truck. It'll be a 1.5 turn of a wedge adjustment. So very major wedge adjustment. Loosen the car up. We're looking at about a 15.9 second stop, so at least it's going to be quicker than that first stop. But Elliott, again, he likely has to make one more stop in the race today, which is very unfortunate. .8 second stop that time for Elliott. Heavy damage again to the front of the race truck. Coming out of the pits. Man, Kyle Busch, there he is in third now. So he actually fell back to fourth before that happened. We got another truck pitting up ahead. Not sure exactly who it is. I am very surprised we have not had a caution yet tonight, though. We have seen a couple different accidents and no yellows. And probably the worst has been what has happened to the 24 of Elliott while leading. He is back to 9th place. He is still... No, he is not on the lead lap. He's 1 lap down. Riley Herbst having a good run in 8th place. 4th position, we don't know. This could be for the free pass. We don't know exactly how far the leaders are out ahead. And caution will fly. And that is going to trap Elliott a lap down. But he will have to take the wave around, and Riley Herbst will get the free pass. Elliott was so close. And I mean so close. First caution of the race, just past the halfway mark. Actually, caution came out with 67 to go, figuring that we were a lap down. And that is not what Chase Elliott needed to see there. Elliott's going to stay out. He's going to take the wave around. Only chance to get back on the lead lap. Herbst and Elliott will restart at the rear of the field now with the top 7 all at the front. The green flag is back in the air once again here at Kentucky. Elliott only had about 2 laps on his tires. And he's not good on the short runs. On top of the banged up race truck, but no overheating issues. That is a good sign. Feel next. Welcome to the stream, Tim Irvin. Welcome. Tim, we got into an accident off of turn 2, but somehow we didn't DNF. Unfortunately, we have heavy damage to the race truck, and that is where we are sitting right now. Had to take the wave around after pitting just 2 laps before the caution, unfortunately. So we had to take the wave around there under the yellow. Everybody else made their second stop. So everybody's made 2 stops, and nobody can make it on field to the end. So there will be a 3rd and final stop in the race. And we have just had our first caution. So that caution was our only caution of the race so far here tonight. Again, came out with 67 to go in this 150 lap race. So almost 90 laps, 88 laps without a caution to start the race tonight. Marcus Hook is one spot behind Elliott right now. Hook is in the free spot, currently in 10th. So as far as the regular season standings are concerned, luckily, again, Elliott did not DNF miraculously there. 60 laps to go. And Chase Elliott would gain 1 point on Hook at the end of this race, and he does have the regular season championship lead. But the hopes of clinching it tonight were already looking slim, and it doesn't look like he's going to do it. But still 2 more races left. It's going to make it tough to even clinch in the next race now with this race going the way it is currently. Elliott cannot even keep up with the rear of the field on this restart. Chase Elliott is already 9 seconds off the lead. 5 laps into this green flag run. But everybody's basically on the same strategy now. Can alternate through the different camera angles one final time in the race here tonight. Yeah, definitely lucky we didn't DNF, that is for sure. Almost kind of reminded me of what happened in the Charlotte Roval in the Cup Series race. Very, very oddly similar. Where we hit the wall hard in that race, coming off of the front stretch chicane. Had a very heavily damaged car the rest of the race from that point on, but we made it. The difference is between that and this is this happened just past halfway. That Charlotte Roval race, we were only 15 laps in when that had happened. We had to make it the final, 94 laps of the race on a road course nonetheless, and we were very fortunate to even get to the end of that one, let alone finish in 6th. By short pitting that last stop and using a little pit strategy. And that's probably what we're going to have to do here. We are likely going to have to short pit more so. Assuming we could stay green to the end, because again, we've only had 1 caution. We'll likely have to split this run in half, I think is going to be the best way to go about it. I don't know how much that's really going to gain us though. Especially being 16 seconds off the lead as it is. And I don't think Elliott's ever going to be faster than these guys the rest of the race. I don't think he's going to cut into that lead at all the rest of the way. Maybe on fresh tires, but even still. Truck gets faster and faster as the run goes again, and we're only a quarter of the way through this tire run. We could likely take a 2-tire stop. I think the left side tires can make it the final 63 laps of the race from the time we went green. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, knowing that a full fuel run is 50 laps. So we're asking to have those left sides make it an extra 13 laps. I think that's doable. We'll have to see exactly where they're at by the time we hit pit road as well. They're actually wearing out not evenly with the right side, but it's not as great as I would have hoped for. Yeah, I don't know what's possibly better here. I don't know if we should get a lot of cautions and let that play out. I mean, we don't have a fast short run truck, but at the same time the truck's totaled anyway, so yeah, this is a very, very interesting situation to say the least. We got a truck up in smoke going into turn 3. Will that bring out our second caution of the race? He's on the inside. He's going to bring it to pit road in time. He definitely held somebody up there. It looks like Tyler Ankrum. There's a truck up in smoke, and he will get onto pit road safely. No caution. We stay green. .51 to go. We'll just stick with the normal camera for the rest of the race here. But Chase Elliott is in trouble. It's about 14 seconds back, even of 8th place Riley Herbst. We're the lead cars. Elliott is 22.5 seconds off the lead. Whatever happens here, Chase Elliott has got to stay on the lead lap in case we get another caution. He does not want to have to get the free pass spot. Sheldon Creed still about 13.5 seconds behind him. Marcus Hook is 2 seconds behind Creed. So at least Hook isn't even in the free pass spot now. That'll help Elliott a little bit. 2/3 of the way home. 50 laps to go. This 150 lap race tonight at Kentucky. For the Truck Series. 23.5 seconds off the lead now. It seems like Elliott is starting to reel in these back marker trucks once again. We don't know how the leaders will get through the lap traffic this time. We'll just have to wait and see. But how about that, though? We have gone almost all the way through the regular season of the Truck Series. Just 2 more races after this. And the only DNF we had was at Las Vegas when the steering wheel disconnected in the middle of the race. And we hit the wall at an awkward angle on the front stretch. A little kink through the tri-oval. Hit it in a terrible spot. When the steering wheel disconnected. So if it wasn't for that, very early in the race, might I add, we were only like 30 laps in. So if it wasn't for that, we would not have DNF'd this entire season so far in the Truck Series. That is very impressive. Definitely shows that we have pretty good car control or truck control despite the conditions outside of tonight. But again, we haven't DNF'd, at least not yet. I don't know how much more damage we could sustain on the front of the truck, so we definitely have to keep it clean and keep it off the wall the rest of the way. It seems like we're almost halfway through the tire run. We're going to get around Rafael Lessard. 47 laps to go. And we're 26.5 seconds off the lead. It doesn't seem like they're catching us as rapidly as they were. Oh, contact with Jason White. Truck's still a little tight. I tried loosening it up quite a bit. We're going to loosen it up more under the next pit stop likely. S.A.L. Chattel, welcome to the stream. 27 seconds off the lead now, off of turn 4 that time for Elliott. Still camping out in the top 10 and 9th though. 46 to go. These laps are going by quick. I mean, the lap times aren't quick at all, but knowing how much time we have left to even compete for the win, we don't have much. Sadia, welcome to the stream. What's the most competitive series, I think? I don't know. It's tough to say. I haven't really raced the Xfinity Series much. Just at Daytona. And we finished, I think, 35th, if I remember right. We lost the draft at the end of the race, unfortunately, and never got a caution. The final, like, 33 laps or whatever it was when we went green. Super speedways are competitive in each series, very, very competitive. Certain tracks are just very, very competitive in each series, so it's kind of tough to say. It's pretty equal across the board, at least between Truck and Cup. I'd like to say Cup is a little bit more harder. Yeah, we've won more races, but we also have raced more races. What we have in the Truck Series, you know, we don't know what a 26 race regular season would look like in the Truck Series because there's only 23 races in an entire season and only 7 in the playoffs, so I mean 16 races in the regular season here, so we're only on race 14 versus what, Cup Series, we're on race 23 in the next one, so yeah, it's tough to say for sure on this game. And Elliott now is only, he's 29.5 seconds off the lead. He's passing more lap trucks, so that's good. Let's put more lap trucks in between him and the leader. Maybe a chance for a new winner now here tonight. Lock up a playoff spot. Johnny Sutter was right around the cut line coming into this race. He had a great run in the last race at Homestead last night. Finished top 5 there. And he's looking for another top 5, maybe even a win here tonight at Kentucky. That would go a great way. And that last lap, now granted the leaders are in lap traffic, but that last lap ran, Elliott was only a 1/10 of a second slower, so he is picking up a little bit of steam. Got into the side of Self there as he tried to side draft off the right rear corner panel. 30 seconds off the lead. Unbelievable. And no lap traffic ahead of Elliott, so at least he's got clean laps he can run, but leaders are closing in. Elliott's almost in dire need of a caution here. The only problem is if caution comes out, we can definitely make it to the end of this race. Everybody should, so everybody will hit pit road here. And that is not what Elliott needs. I think we need this race to play green to the end. Either play green to the end or we need caution after caution. We're probably going to need 2 or 3 yellows if we are going to get one. But one is, I think, going to hurt us more than help us. 40 laps left. Those left sides are hanging on pretty well. White green again with 63 to go. So if we split the run in half, you're likely looking about 32, 31, 32 laps to go is what we need to get to split the run in half. So we're very close to that. And the left side tires are 65% in the left front, 72 in the left rear. I think those left sides can make it to the end of the race. I think they can make it the final 63 laps. It's asking a lot out of them, but I think that we can make it. We can take right sides only under the next stop. That'll loosen the truck up. We'll make a little bit of a wedge adjustment again. Try to loosen it up even more, but it feels like we're gaining a slight bit of speed here. As this run carries on, we're definitely closing in on Riley Herbst and Nate, that is for sure. And these last 2 to 3 laps, the interval has not changed at all. It's been right around 30 seconds still, so Elliott is not gaining time, nor is he losing time to the leaders. He's just falling way off the lead before he started to even out. Truck just kind of came alive a little too late, it looks like. But he doesn't have the straightaway speed at all with the damage to the front of the truck either, so lacking the straightaway speed, that tells you the cornering is a lot better what it has been most of the night. But granted, we're running slower straightaway speed, so we don't have to back out of the corners as much, so that definitely plays into effect also. Elliott trying to get around Greenfield on the outside. He's got about 2 seconds back to the leaders. Maybe a second and a half, but probably closer to 2 seconds. Now another lap truck in between them. But he had to get around Greenfield on the outside, so it took him an extra half lap that he didn't want to take. He saw he lost a few more tenths there. "36 laps left." I have 14 people watching the stream right now. Thanks everybody for watching. I clipped the apron there through 1 and 2, a little sketchy, but I think we're running slow enough with the damage that it's kind of all right. We're gonna run as long as we can here in case we get a caution, because we don't want to pit and then get the yellow, because then we're just gonna have to take the wave around again. So we will fall a lap down even with a 2-tire stop. Just a matter of how much time are we going to gain after everybody pits. It's going to be the question. Almost 31 seconds off the lead. "34 laps left." Tim, I'm at Kentucky. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely gaining time on Riley Herbst. These last 2 laps, we have run faster laps than the leaders. Again, the later into the run, the faster the truck gets, and that's even saying so with the damage too, so. We do have a little bit of speed left in it, just not a lot. We haven't knocked the speed completely out of it. .32.382 is the fastest lap of the race. I think it's safe to say we're not going to get a lap like that again. 33.767 that last lap. We gained 2/10 on the leaders back there that last lap. Again, a very small gain at this point in the run, but you can see how much they've fallen off in speed. They're running almost 34-second lap times. .31 laps left. It's 1 caution so far tonight, and it came at lap 88. We are on lap 120. Just 30 laps to go for the leaders, 30 to go this time for Elliott. Should make it 29 for the leaders who aren't that far behind him. But Elliott miraculously has stayed on the lead lap, regardless of the fact of what the speedometer says. Since the damage occurred, just past the halfway point here tonight. It's just past that lap 75 mark. I don't think we were quite to lap 80 yet, but again, it was not long before the caution, that is for sure. Less than 30 seconds off the lead again. That right front down to about 15% tire wear. 29 to go. I think the best bet for Elliott is to have this thing stay out to the stay green to the very end. If not, we're gonna need 2 to 3 cautions and play even more pit strategy for sure. But I just think it's a little easier if we stayed on the strategy here. The problem is we're not going to gain. I mean, maybe if we get a late race caution after everybody cycles through these pit stops, that could help. Perhaps, depending on what the pit strategy looks like then. You got 28 laps to go now. We've seen Jimmy Johnson pull up a couple miracle wins on the channel. We're racing for him in the Cup Series, but we have not seen anything like this in the trucks with Chase Elliott. But can he pull off a miracle in Kentucky here tonight? It'll be a right side tire only pit stop for Elliott when he does hit the pits under green. Can't repair the damage. And again, he is gaining quite a bit of time here on the leaders. 26 to go. Now the leaders are likely going to be closer to about 12 to 13 laps to go before they pit. They could run it about that long. Elliott is going to have to pit just a little bit shorter than that. But again, this truck is getting faster and faster as the tires wear out. Both the right sides, I don't know if that's going to slow the pace down or up it a little bit. Get towards the end of these tire runs, you can definitely see a tire blowout around the track. We've seen it a couple times tonight, but again, only 1 caution to show for. That's why Elliott's trying to take this run as long as he can to stay in the lead lap, just in case we do get that one caution. Does not want to get trapped a lap down and risk losing even more positions, more points. Because we know we don't have the restart gear in it, that is for sure. Damage or not. Elliott going to stay out of the pits one more lap. He's caught more trucks here off of turn 4. And get to the outside of Jesse Little through the tri-oval. So Chase Elliott is going to pit this time by, and again, a right side tire pit stop only, and he needs to hope a caution doesn't come out. Remember, the caution came out 2 laps after he had pit the first time. First and only time that yellow has come out so far here tonight. Didn't make it quite as far as what he did last run, but that's okay. Elliott will hit the pits. 45 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. He cannot speed here. Boy, he was close. Had to make sure he didn't lock up the tires too much. And again, a right side tire stop only. And another round of wedge coming out of the car. Between those two things, we're going to definitely have to do this. Guys, we're definitely going to loosen this truck up even more. Oh, I went full fuel. I shouldn't have done that. We're not going to gain as much time. Oh, we probably only needed a half a tank at the most there. I didn't even realize that. 10.9 second stop for Elliott. It's still quicker with 2 tires, but I think we could have saved about 2 or 3 seconds if we would have taken a little bit less fuel. Kyle Busch, there he is. There's the leader. At least it would be a repeat winner if we did. Not that that matters because Elliott's already locked into the playoffs, but we'll see how much time he's going to gain here with those 2 fresher right side tires. On Kyle Busch, you can see he's faster than Kyle. He definitely can't get the caution now that he's 2 laps down. 22 to go for Elliott. 20 laps to go for the race leader, Kyle Busch. Again, they can make it to about 12 to 13 to go. Elliott needs to at least get to 1 lap down. At least he can take the wave around and get back on the lead lap that way if the caution came out. But he cannot get caught 2 laps down. Busch all the way down to the apron there through the tri-oval. Wow, Elliott drove it in deep into turns 1 and 2. He is trying to run down that 54 truck. This truck's definitely looser, I'll tell you guys that much. Oh, we got trouble! Trouble! Truck around, it's Marcus Hook of all drivers. Hook, the 2nd place driver in the standings, and we stayed green. There was no caution. Elliott was able to gain a lot of time on Kyle Busch there. And to get the left sides on the grass just to miss Marcus Hook. So big points implications here for Marcus Hook. Remember, he doesn't have a win on the season. He is 2nd in the regular season standings, but he did not need that. And that will help Elliott to some extent, especially if we do stay green. But I think if we were going to get a caution, that was likely going to be it. I mean, there was like 12 or so trucks at least that had to go way up the track to miss him. Hook completely loses control. The truck is up at smoke. He's on pit road. We somehow stay green. Again, only 1 caution tonight. But much like you saw with Elliott off of turn 2 earlier, and that just adds to the drama in this one. But how far ahead of Kyle Busch did we get? I mean, he had to lose a lot of time there. We passed a lot of lap trucks at the same time, too. We got lucky we didn't lose control when the left sides clipped the grass in the center of the corner either, but we were running really slow speeds ourselves to get around, so we definitely couldn't barrel it in there full throttle. We would have gotten caught up in that mess and ran into the back of an innocent bystander. Yeah, again, we didn't need that. Men Too Crazy, welcome to the stream. so he can make it 2 to 3 more laps before he has to pit likely for fuel. And you wonder if there might be some fuel only stops as they save their tires enough, or maybe right side only for the rest of the leaders also. That is very well possible. We're assuming they're going to take 4 tires. That would help Chase Elliott. If it stays green, he barely passes Enfinger on the inside. Grant did not give him a lot of room. That was a battle for position. And Enfinger's going to fight hard because he's battling for every point he can. He does not have a win this season. He's on the bubble coming into this race today on points. Rod G, welcome to the stream. And we got some of the leaders pitting this time. Ben Rhodes being one of them. He's in 10th. He's already a lap down, but he is in 10th. Looks like Austin Hill up ahead is also pitting. Yeah, a lot of these leaders are on pit road. Sheldon Creed hit the pits. He was on the lead lap. Or no, Sheldon Creed was a lap down, my bad. Before all that happened, so we easily get around him. So Elliott back to 9th, which is where he was when he had hit pit road the first time. But we'll see here. Where will Elliott cycle out of the pits? He is hustling through turns 3 and 4, trying to get on it and give himself a chance at least. After a 2-tire stop, where is he going to roll out at? He gained time on Austin Hill, and he did gain time on a few other drivers. And there's still some lead lap trucks on pit road still. Chastain's only 3 seconds ahead of us. He was in 2nd place, I believe. And if they took fuel only somehow, which I don't think they did because they were on pit road for a while, I would have to imagine they're on fresher tires. Elliott's not going to be able to keep up with him. He's got quite a gap from Austin Hill. There are more trucks coming out of the pits, and Elliott definitely gained time there. Here's Zane Smith trying to get up to speed. Elliott's going to get around him down the backstairs. Wow, look at Creed coming up out of nowhere. Big side draft. And there's Smith to the inside. Battle for 5th is on as Smith has the fresh tires. Once he gets up to speed, he's going to be good. And he does block Elliott off in the center of 3 and 4. So Chase Elliott in 6th place. Gus Dean back in 7th right there. They're going to be hauling to the end of this one. 12 to go. Best chance for Chase Elliott to somehow pull off a miracle here today. He's going to need a caution with just a couple laps to go. Set up an overtime finish. And that's going to be about it. Because these guys are on pretty fresh tires. But you can't say that pit strategy was terrible because it gained us a few spots. Again, we were in 9th. And we came out in 5th. We lost a spot quickly though to Zane Smith, so that puts Elliott in 6th. And it feels like the handling of the truck is a lot better. I mean, who knows? Maybe we run 10 laps here before the caution, if we do get one. There were 2 cautions last night on a 1.5-mile race. And it was a little bit shorter in length. We've only had one tonight. Left side tires again will make it to the end of the race for Elliott with just 10 laps to go here at Kentucky. Still losing time on the leaders, of course. I would assume Kyle Busch is still in the lead. He had a massive lead, it looked like. But then again, how much did that incident with Marcus Hook slow him down? Caution is out. Caution is out. Controller drops again. Wow, Riley Herbst is going to pit. He gets the free pass. Why not for him? And with just 10 laps to go, this makes things even more interesting. Busch had a big lead on Sutter. What do we do here? We're going to have about 6 laps to go when we go green. Elliott is going to loosen that truck up 2.5 turns. Oh, he couldn't pit in time. Elliott did not make his mind up quick enough. He misses pit road under caution. Kyle Busch will lead the field to the green. Man, I don't know if that would have helped or hurt the car. Again, we don't really have... Oh no! Busch spins the tires on the restart. He's got damage. Kyle Busch has heavy damage. He spins the tires. And Johnny Sauter takes the lead on the outside with Moffitt in second. Both drivers right on the cut line as they battle for the lead off of turn 2. What has just happened here? Chase Elliott all of a sudden is up to third. But on older tires and a much slower truck, I don't know if he's going to hang on. 5 laps to go this time for Sauter. Moffitt is stalking him. What a battle for the lead up there. Oh, down to the apron goes Austin Hill. Hill is there to the inside into turn 1. Elliott washes up the track. He's going to lose a couple spots. He's back to 4th. Actually, just lost 1 spot. A lot of these trucks are a lap down. Here comes Gus Dean now looking for 4th. Then Rhodes to the outside. Elliott trying to hold on. He's got a shot to clinch the regular season title if he's at least 80 points ahead. Sauter still has the lead off of turn 4 to the line. 4 to go. Will we stay green to the finish or will we get another caution? Oh, Dean with a great crossover there. He's going to get to the inside of Elliott. He's going to make the pass. Here comes Zane Smith. Kyle Busch is fighting back even with a heavily damaged truck. He's back up to 5th. But Busch spins the tires on the restart. What craziness has ensued late in this race. Chastain really was a big loser there. He was in 3rd. He fell back to 8th. Well, contact with Austin Wayne Self in the center of the corner now. Just 3 laps to go at the line for the leaders. Sauter still leads. Moffitt just behind him in 2nd. Both drivers without a win trying to get into the playoffs. And Elliott's losing a ton of time here. You wonder if he could have pitted, what would have happened, especially with the Kyle Busch issue on the restart. Could he have had a chance to get to the lead? 3 wide behind Elliott. They about made contact. Like Mike Harmon and Jesse Little about got into each other there. Elliott deep dive to the bottom to 3 and 4. Just got to make sure he stays ahead of Herbst. Remember, Riley Herbst is on the freshest tires by about 5 laps on everybody else. 2 laps to go. If the leaders get to the white flag, the next flag will end the race, whether it is the yellow or the checker. Majeski just gave Elliott a shot into turn 1. That shot him way up the track. Oh, and he comes down into the side of Greenfield now off the exit of 2. Elliott trying to, sorry, I should say Jesse Little trying to side draft drastically there off of Greenfield. Here comes Herbst now for 9th. He's to the inside of Chase Elliott now. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Johnny Sauter. He is pulled away from Moffitt in the last couple of laps of the race. That late race caution has given Sauter a chance. Busch spun the tires on the restart. Johnny Sauter propels on the outside. Just 2 cautions here tonight. Oh, more contact there off of turn 2. Elliott had to get way out of the gas, just trying to save the truck to the end. He's going to bring it home in 9th. But off of turn 4 for the final time, Johnny Sauter will get his first win of the season. Maybe not necessarily an upset, but an upset as far as the race is concerned. Busch dominated all night long, but it's Johnny Sauter clinching a playoff spot with just 2 races left now in the regular season. What a finish to this one. Unbelievable. And Busch finished 7th. Sauter gets the win. 84 minutes total time on the race today. 9 drivers finished on the lead lap, and as I mentioned, just 2 cautions total. So an hour 24 minutes total there. Johnny Sauter with the victory. Brett Moffitt in 2nd. Austin Hill 3rd. Zane Smith 4th. And Ross Chastain rounds out the top 5. Then Gus Dean with 6th. Kyle Busch 7th. Riley Herbst in 8th. Chase Elliott 9th. And Ben Rhodes rounds out the top 10. What a crazy race to this one. Stuart Friesen, Tyler Hill, Matt Crafton, Tyler Ankrum, and Marcus Hook were the 5 drivers to DNF here tonight. You wonder if Busch might have actually brought out that last caution with the damage he had. I don't know, whatever the case was. That definitely hurt him on the restart for sure. Sauter with the win, and boy did he need that. Marcus Hook drops to 3rd. Chastain all of a sudden is 2nd in points. Elliott still with a comfortable lead, though. 72 points ahead of Chastain. Is not clinched yet. 2 races to go in the regular season standings. If he's at least 40 points ahead of Chastain at the end of the next race, Elliott will clinch at Atlanta. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at the playoff order here. So that's the 6 different winner. There's your 6 winners, all in the top 9 in the point standings. Yeah, it looks like Riley Herbst and Kyle Busch got together there that brought out that last caution. So the 2 Kyle Busch Motorsport teammates, and boy, that just get rid of Kyle. He definitely could have had a shot for 5 more playoff points tonight. It's another time he has dominated the race and has not gotten the win. Unbelievable. So Marcus Hook has points. Ed Finger would be in on points. Ben Rhodes and Matt Crafton is the last driver in on points by just 3 on Friesen. Remember, Friesen DNF'd, so that is what we're looking at here. Moffitt, who finished in second, is 20th in the standings, and a win would have put him in, but that was very unfortunate there. So Matt Crafton, last driver in on points by just 3 over Friesen with 2 races to go. So that is very tight. Zane Smith, don't count him out either. He had a great run tonight, finished top 5. And Zane Smith definitely gained a lot there on Friesen for sure, and a little bit on Crafton. But he's only 13 back. Ty Majeski, Christian Eckes is right there too. Wow, this is going to be an epic points battle here. Just a couple races to go. Zane Smith had the fastest lap, 32.070. Fastest lap of the race was ran by Kyle Busch, 77. Just over half the race. 77 of the 150 laps led for Busch tonight. Elliott led a couple laps, but he didn't lead many. Had those issues, of course, definitely hurt him. 2 cautions didn't help either. Matt Crafton had the tough break there here tonight. Elliott was on the move. That is going to do it here for this one. Subscribe as usual for more daily NASCAR content. We got full race live streams on the daily as well as other daily NASCAR related content. We got realistic broadcasts to go along with this as well. I will have a laptop tomorrow night, so hopefully I'll have the chat up in time for the race. And also, yeah, my phone's broken. So if you guys comment afterwards, sorry if I can't get to it and read it before the next stream tomorrow night. But stay tuned. Tomorrow night, we got Cup Series action at Homestead. Full race live stream. 400 miler, 267 laps. You guys know the deal. Homestead for the Cup Series. Start time about 8:15, 8:30 or so Eastern Standard Time. And I will see you guys next time. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow night.